Chapter 69. Lake's Scheme. At the same time, Kinwei was standing in the middle of the clouds. Both of them were emitting a faint light from their bodies. The Origin Monarch key in their bodies was slowly moving, preparing to launch a powerful attack. Rek's indifferent eyes swept across the two of them, and he let out a disdainful snort. He had been stuck in the peak of Monarch Spirit for a few years. A 5th Dao Monarch Spirit and a 7th Dao Monarch Spirit were not worthy of his attention. He took a step forward and protected Let behind him. Rek looked at Lien Yunhai's solemn face and said in a strange tone, "City Lord, you better think about it. When we fight, I won't be lenient. What if I don't control my strength properly when the time comes? If I accidentally kill you, your daughter will be alone. But you can rest assured that even Yunya is my future granddaughter-in-law. I will take good care of her." Hearing Rek's words, Lien Yunhai's face turned gloomy. His body trembled slightly because of anger. After a long time, Lien Yunhai finally let out a long sigh. "Since that's the case, I can only use all my strength to kill you." At the end of his words, Lien Yunhai's face revealed a ferocious expression. Seeing that not only did his threatening words not shock Lien Yunhai, it even strengthened his desire to fight him. Rek couldn't help but feel angry in his heart. These two fellows are really tired of living. Rek's eyes swept across the two of them. Suddenly, his gaze stopped on Xiao Yan. Then, an unknown flame ignited in his heart. If it wasn't for this kid, Lei Te would have easily won 100 matches. At that time, he would have been able to realize what he had been thinking for nearly a year, but now, everything had turned into nothingness. Xiao Yan's heart trembled when he saw Rek glaring at him. After a moment of hesitation, 3,000 lightning monarch flames appeared in a flash. Golden flames burned fiercely, protecting Xiao Yan tightly. Although the flames formed from the combination of the Chaos Great Monarch Flame and 3,000 Lightning Monarch Flames were stronger, the defensive power of the Lightning Monarch skill was still better than the 3,000 Lightning Monarch Flames. When the 3,000 Lightning Monarch Flames appeared, Rek's turbid eyes were fixed on the former. He looked at the faintly discernible golden lightning threads that were moving along with the flame, and his heart was filled with doubt. Just what kind of flame is this, to actually be able to easily block the accumulating thunder pearl? After thinking for a moment, Rek did not have the slightest clue. Just as he was about to say something, a thought suddenly flashed through his mind. In the next moment, an excited thought appeared in his mind. Could it be? This flame is the 3,000 Lightning Monarch Flame that the Patriarch of Lei Clan has been looking for. When he thought of this, Rek's breathing became rapid. When he was still a member of the Lei Clan in the Linxing City, the Lei Clan had sent out an announcement to the entire family. The reward for finding the whereabouts of the 3,000 Lightning Monarch Flames. When Rek saw the reward on the reward list, that made people's eyes turn red. Although he knew that this reward had nothing to do with him, he still felt helpless in his heart. However, out of an inexplicable mentality, Rek still remembered all the words on the reward list that described the 3,000 Lightning Monarch Flames in his heart. Its color is golden, and there are lightning threads flowing within its flames. It has a strong immunity too. The Lightning Element Monarch skill. Although Rek could only remember a few words, he had no doubt that this young man in black had 3,000 Lightning Monarch Flames in his possession. Heavens, I actually met him. Rek's rapid breathing quickly calmed down. He narrowed his eyes and thought quickly. Soon, he made up his mind. Think about it carefully. I was indeed reckless in this matter. I hope that City Lord can bear the consequences of offending me. Rek put on an ashamed smile, cupped his hands towards Lien Yunhai, and said with a smile. Not only Lien Yunhai, Kinwei and the other two were shocked by Rek's sudden change. The thousands of spectators below also let out surprised cries. Xiao Yan was startled. He also didn't understand why Rek had such a huge change. The corner of his mouth trembled. Xiao Yan looked at the calm Rek and thought to himself that Rek was indeed a man of many years of age. His skin was so thick that it made people speechless. What? Hearing what Rek said, the proud Lei Te felt as if he had been struck by lightning. His face was full of disbelief. He subconsciously looked at Lien Yunya, who was looking up at him. Lei Te's expression became very interesting. Lien Yunhai expressionlessly looked at Rek. He slightly turned to Kinwei and said in a low voice, "Brother Qin, what is this old man trying to do?" Qin Wei furrowed his brows, then he laughed lightly, signaling Lien Yunhai not to worry. After that, he said to the smiling Rek. Since the patriarch of the Lei family is willing to apologize for his recklessness this time, I and the city lord will not pursue this matter any further. However, the reward for this little friend Xiao's victory is 1.2 million monarch crystals. I hope the Lei family's master can take it out. As soon as these words were spoken, the people below didn't know what was going on. Everyone became excited once again. 1.2 million was undoubtedly an astronomical figure to them. Even to the wealthy Lei family in Falling Rock City, it was unimaginable. Did the patriarch of Lei family have the courage to do so? When Rek heard this, a trace of coldness flashed across his eyes. Without leaving any trace, he glanced at Qin Wei, then forced a smile and said, Captain Qin is right. However, I came out in a hurry and didn't bring enough monarch crystals with me. I will go back with my grandson to prepare. Little friend Xiao's 1.2 million won't be a cent less. After saying that, Rek cupped his fists at the two of them. He didn't care about the expressions of the people below and was about to leave with Lei Tei, who was still in a daze. Rek, do you really think this place is your Lei family? You can come and leave whenever you want. When Lien Yunhai saw this, he took a step forward and said angrily. Rek, whose back was facing Lien Yunhai, heard these words. When Lei Tei, who was following closely behind, sensed Rek's ki, his face turned pale with fright. He couldn't say a word. When Rek turned around, he had already put on a sincere smile. City Lord, you are right. It's just that 1.2 million is too much. I have to go back and settle down. A light flashed across Rek's hand as he spoke. He flipped his palm and a monarch crystal card appeared in his hand. Since City Lord and company leader Qin have doubts, I will first offer these 200,000 monarch crystals as a deposit. As soon as he finished speaking, Rek flicked his finger and a dark green monarch crystal card flew towards Xiaoyan. Xiaoyan's eyes focused. When he sensed the sharp aura on the card, he laughed in his heart. Immediately, he stretched out two fingers and accurately caught the monarch crystal card that was flying towards him. His wrist shook slightly and the chaos great monarch flame flew along his meridians, eliminating the sharp aura on the card. Looking at Rek's change of attitude, Lien Yunhai was very suspicious. If it was any other time, with this old man's character, he wouldn't be able to suffer any losses. Seeing that Xiao Yan had caught the monarch crystal card as if nothing had happened, the blazing flames in Rek's eyes burned even faster. He then looked at Lien Yunhai and the old man, flicked his sleeve and said, I will take my leave now. Lien Yunhai, who was about to speak, was stopped by Qin Wei. He watched Rek leave in a hurry. Lien Yunhai turned around and was about to say something when Qin Wei spoke. City Lord, you have also realized it. Rek's behavior is too strange. Lien Yunhai nodded with a solemn expression. Rek's strange behavior had made him very suspicious. Furthermore, Qin Wei surveyed his surroundings. His eyes swept across the nearly 1,000 people in the combat arena. He paused for a moment before saying, there are too many people here. If we really fight, I think we will implicate the innocent. When Lien Yunhai heard this, he took a deep breath and said, Regiment Commander Qin's words make sense. It was this Lien who was too impulsive. Qin Wei turned to look at Xiao Yan, who also had a suspicious look on his face, and said with a smile, although old dog Lei gave us 200,000 yuan, based on his character, he absolutely wouldn't give up that 1 million yuan easily. We can use this as an excuse to fight Rek to the death. Lien Yunhai sneered. With a flip of his palm, a stack of books appeared in his hand. Isn't this enough reason to start a war with that old man? Qin Wei took a scroll and opened it. It was a request from the people of Falling Rock City to severely punish Rek. It listed many facts about Rek and Lei Tei's grandfather and grandson who had committed all kinds of evil deeds. Each and every one of them pressed their palms together. Qin Wei looked at the scroll with a gloomy face, then he sneered and said, it seems like old dog Lei and his precious grandson have already offended the heavens. In that case, let's take this opportunity to fight to the death. Lien Yunhai nodded his head and said to a corner of the audience platform, Qian Lai, immediately lead city guards to surround the Lei family. As Lien Yunhai's voice faded, a vigorous reply came from the corner. After which, a robust figure flashed past. After he finished speaking, Lien Yunhai cupped his hands towards the crowd below and said, "Wreck has disturbed the Falling Rock City. Today, I have been entrusted by the people of the Falling Rock City to announce that I vow to get rid of this disaster for the Falling Rock City." Hearing Lien Yunhai's loud voice, the people below immediately became excited. Cheers and cheers could be heard without an end, and some even shed tears of joy. Qin Fei couldn't help but smack his tongue. He looked at Xiao Yan, who was standing on the stage, and sighed in his heart. Most of the people in Falling Rock City didn't understand Lien Yunhai's forbearance. The one who initiated the war between Lien Yunhai and Rek wasn't Qin Wei, nor was he a famous figure in Falling Rock City. It was actually this young man who had just arrived in Falling Rock City. "Little friend Xiao, thank you for your help. Leave the rest of the matters to me and Regiment Commander Qin." Lien Yunhai put away a pile of books and cupped his hands at Xiao Yan. Xiao Yan hastily returned the salute and said, "City Lord is being too polite. The reason I'm here is mostly because of the 1.2 million monarch crystals." Lien Yunhai laughed heartily when he heard this and said, "Don't worry, young friend. Although that Rek is a nobody that has been removed from the list of the Lin Xinglei clan, that old man has seized more than 1.2 million Falling Rock cities in the Falling Rock City." After Lien Yunhai finished speaking, Qin Wei also said, "This battle is very dangerous. For the sake of your safety, little friend, you don't have to go. You and Qin Fei can return to the mercenary corps first." Before he finished his words, Lien Yunhai spoke. "No need. Let Yunya and Xiao Yan go to the city lord's mansion. If Rek dies in the end, no one in the mercenary corps will be able to stop him." Qin Wei thought for a moment and nodded. "That's right. It's still the city lord who is thoughtful. The defense of city lord's mansion is much stronger than the defense of mercenary corps. Even Rek can stop them for a moment." While the two were discussing, Rek had already brought Lei Tei to the Lei family by carriage. Rek's brows had been furrowed ever since he came out of the fighting arena. It took him a long time before he let out a long breath. He took out a silver medal from his pocket and handed it to Lei Tei. "This is the symbol of the Lingxing city's Lei clan, Tei. Take it and leave the city through the secret passage at home. Go to the West Star City where the Lei clan resides. When you see the person in charge of that place, Lei Dun, tell him. 3000 Lightning Monarch Flames." Chapter end. Hi guys, please like, comment, share, and subscribe.